Now, let's meet our competitors. One of the brightest young stars in the game. He makes his All-Star and Home Run Derby debut here in San Diego. The shortstop from just up the street from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Corey Seager. He leads Major League Baseball with 28 home runs, competing in his second Home Run Derby. From the AL East leading Baltimore Orioles, Mark Trumbo. Perhaps the most powerful slugger in the game in his second Home Run Derby. From the Miami Marlins, Giancarlo Stanton. The champion in 2011 when he wore the Yankee pinstripes, now returns to the Derby representing the Seattle Mariners. In his fourth Derby, second baseman Robinson Cano. This young star has already belted 19 homers this season. What a June. Tonight, he takes his swing on his home field from your San Diego Padres, Will Myers. He's hit 30 home runs twice already as a professional. And this season, his first full in the bigs, 23 from the Cincinnati Reds, Adam Duvall. The slugging outfielder from the Colorado Rockies. He hit 40 home runs last year. In his second Home Run Derby, welcome Carlos Gonzalez. Last year, he lit up the night in front of his hometown fans in Cincinnati. This year, he defends his title as a member of the Chicago White Sox, tied for second in the majors with 25 home runs. Welcome third baseman Todd Frazier. Let's hear it, everyone, for tonight's T-Mobile Home Run Derby sluggers. At this time, we would like to ask all fans to please rise and remove your caps. To sing our national anthem, please welcome, from Coast Guard Sector San Diego, Petty Officer Second Class, Mike Gallagher.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Outstanding rendition of the national anthem. And now the flyover. So we've got the flyover from the 4 Jets, and now we'll see balls fly out of this ballpark. Not an easy yard to go deep in, but we got some of the best of the bigs to try to do it. When we come back, another Dodger will take a crack. The young Sioux on the 2016 T-Mobile Home Run Derby is presented by T-Mobile, changing the game for good. And in part by Corona, who invites you to find your beach. And of course, we're not far from a beach here in San Diego, and San Diego baseball is synonymous with that guy. The statue of Tony Gwynn, number 19, Mr. Padre, played 21 years all with San Diego. And another former great Padre, Dave Winfield, who's had his number retired. First 7 years were played wearing a Padre uniform. Went into the Hall of Fame with a Padre hat on his head. He did everything in college. He did everything in the big leagues. And Winnie is now going to step out, and he is going to throw out tonight's ceremonial first pitch.
Dave Winfield. Dave, please deliver the pitch. Dave Winfield with our ceremonial first pitch.
Not a shock. Dave Winfield, who threw strikes when he was at the University of Minnesota, the College World Series. Then he went on the field and hit. He throws a strike to Chris Bryant. Well, rules are meant to be broken, except at the 2016 Home Run Derby. A little refresher before this event begins. The T-Mobile Home Run Derby is once again on the clock. Hitters have 4 minutes each at bat. Need a breather? Hitters can call timeout, 1 in the first 2 rounds, 2 in the championship round. Distance counts this year. 2 homers, 440 feet or more, earns a 30-second bonus. Head-to-head competition. So if we're tied, each hitter gets 60 more seconds. Still tied, a 3-swing swing-off settles it. 3 wins crowns the champion of the T-Mobile Home Run Derby. Not that hard. I mean, even Eduardo Perez was able to follow the rules, so that's a good sign. This does feel like a park that will reward the biggest and the strongest. Eddie's that, and he's with a guy who's a little bigger and a little stronger.
Way stronger, Ravi. Gee, what's the approach that you're going to take tonight in this event?
That new format, man, is rapid fire. So try not to hit those high pop-ups and the long drives, long and far, as much as I can do it.
There's a lot of debate if you can hit it over the scoreboard here. So they say it's 560. What do you think?
Well, I'm gonna have to try, right? I can get the building, so the scoreboard's a step ahead of that. So we'll see.
What about the strategy going up against Robinson Cano in the first round?
I know he's gonna be smooth. I know he's just gonna try to play pepper with that home run deck. So I'm gonna have to do more.
All right, back to you guys.
All right, Eddie, thank you very much. As we take a look at tonight's Road to the Title, it's brought to you by Taco Bell. One of the real cool parts of this is all the All-Stars get a chance to sit around and watch this unfold. The bracket format, Seager, the 8th seed, Trumbo, the 1 seed. How you're seeded was determined on the total number of home runs that you had on July 6th. Trumbo with 28 homers, Seager with 17. That's our first matchup. The Orioles, outstanding slugger with more home runs at the break than anybody else. And Seager becomes another Dodger in recent years to try to break the hex. Last year it was Jock Peterson, this year Corey Seager. We'll hear from Dallas and Tim in a moment, but now, Boomer, it's yours.
All right, Robbie, great to be with everybody, and welcome again to the 2016 T-Mobile Home Run Derby as we get set to welcome the 8th seed, if you will, from up the road. And hey, a 6'4", 6'5" shortstop, he can't make it wrong. That would be Corey Seager, 22 years young, with 17 home runs at the break. 6'4", 215, first-round pick of the Dodgers, 18th overall pick in 2012. What do we think with Dad pitching to him, Jess and Aaron?
Well, how about the welcome, first of all? Boos all around. You got to love it, right?
Padres,
so we're going to see
Dodgers.
it opposite with Myers, but definitely feeding off that energy either way for Seager.
You know, Corey's so known for using the entire field. He looked at me before he walked up to home plate and said, I'm going to be hooking him. I'm going up trying to pull him here in that short porch in right field.
Well, he got one, and Dad pitches to son. And that's a grandpa. Of course, his brother Kyle with Corey played in the Futures game 2 years ago and watched Kyle as a Mariner that almost made it. Playing the All-Star game a couple of years back. This time it's young Corey's turn. This one will travel a long way, but you got to get, whoa, what about that grab out there? This one has a shot. If it finds, it stays, ooh, almost.
He said his biggest goal was to stay away from center.
This just gets in there. And tonight, well, we got some good mitts out there, don't we?
Yeah,
both on and field and in the crowd. That one will be foul. So Kannapolis, North Carolina. And you know what? One day, he will get to say, if he's playing 20 years in the bigs, do you know who announced my first full major league season? That would be Vin Scully.
Oh, man.
How about that? That's pretty cool. Now the clock is ticking. And he's not quite elevating, huh, guys?
No, and look, he's so good at using the entire field, and it's kind of a hallmark of his success. And you can tell as he's trying to kind of hook him here, it just doesn't necessarily suit his style. That's more Corey Seager, shooting it back through the middle and the other way on a line. That's what we've seen of him from the entire first half. Right now trying to hook, trying to elevate a little bit. Front door, maybe?
That elevated. Will it get out of here? You got it.
And you got to remember, he's a rookie, too. He told me right before, he's like, I got nerves. I don't want to have nerves. I want to go and act like I've been here before, but I haven't. So as much as I want to enjoy the moment, I got a little nervous. Like, that's something you got to think about that's going through his veins right now.
Well, this one is back, and that'll be gone.
Corey Seager, one thing we've learned from him, though, short time in the big leagues, it's a pretty slow heartbeat. There's a maturity to him that's certainly beyond his years and why he's been so successful in this first half, and a big reason why, with all that's gone on with the Dodgers, they're right in the mix in the West.
He's got 6. Will he have 7 right here to right field? Yes, sir. So you know what? He didn't look good doing it here to start. And this one is back, and that's toward Point Loma. There's a home run. Number 8.
The thing is, he's starting to find a little bit of a rhythm, but he's still got that timeout to use, but he's running out of time to not use it. He's got to be smart with that timeout, and right now might be the time. He stepped out there and kind of took a deep breath. Don't forget you got that timeout, Corey.
He tomahawked it, but he had to. Remember, you got to swing at everything here. He's got 9, and wow, that one just snuck over. Does he have the timeout? He's got one 440-foot home run. Another one will buy him another 30 seconds.
He's got to call timeout.
Is he remembering that he has a timeout?
Probably not.
That's the thing, managing that pace. I think he's kind of rushing. Yeah.
Who's the bench coach? That one won't quite. It's the other scoreboard, right? And this one will go to deep center, be right center. It is gone.
Oh, my.
Oh yeah. My. That one is, that's out of here to Pacific Beach. This one may not have the legs. He gets the bonus. So he didn't use the timeout. He's just kept trucking, if you will. A North Carolina term. That'll be foul. And so the clock is run out. But now they get 30 seconds bonus if you hit 2 homers of 440 feet. So he didn't use a timeout. But 12 is a heck of a number, guys.
Pretty good pace. And you can tell right now he's breathing heavy a little bit, definitely a little bit tired, but he got off a lot of swings there.
And I don't think it's part of his strategy to not use his timeout. I think that shows how he just locked in and was like, all right, I got this rhythm. I'm going to stay with it and just keep going.
And so he gets an extra 30 seconds. How much can you realistically expect to hit out in 30 seconds, guys?
At the pace he was going, you know, he should be able to get off possibly 7, 8, 9 swings.
All of tonight's participants hitting home runs for a cause. We'll get back to that in a moment. And so now Dad has to come across the plate as we use the magenta and white ball here in bonus time. This one, it looks funny, doesn't it? Look like a mud ball on the golf course, and it's gone. So a lucky 13. He's under this one. This won't get there. And you can't throw the next pitch till it lands, although they kind of did. Back, 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 and it is gone. This one is slugged just at the buzzer. A buzzer beater.
Wow.
If the pitch is in the air, it counts. And you know what?
Way to kick us off.
12 plus 3. I've never been in the All-Star game before, let alone the Home Run Derby. How about that? 15.
And the start seemed very methodical. Seemed like he was maybe going to struggle to find that stroke. He locked it in and picked up that pace. 15 is a tough first round to beat.
So that's quite a mark for Mark Trumbo to try to hit. What did we see in his swing here, guys?
Well, what you see with Seager, and Booney alluded to it, is the fact that he changed some things. He wanted to pull the ball, so you're going to see him just get the barrel out and the path to the ball, how steep he got. A lot of high fly balls to right field. Obvious what his strategy was.
Do you think he gave up on the hook a little bit and then just went?
I think he did get a little more conventional in his style and didn't worry necessarily about center and even right center field. Yeah, I want to get the head of the bat out, but I'm going to play to my strengths and work the middle of the field a little bit as well. It paid off for him.
He was 3 for his first 15. In his 5 bonus, 30-second that he had a chance, 3 for 5. So he certainly found his mark. The T-Mobile and T-Mobile Foundation Magenta Jackpot will benefit boys and girls clubs and local youth baseball initiatives. The jackpot starts at $80,000. Every home run hit will add to the jackpot. Regulation time home runs worth $1,000. Double the amount to $2,000 in bonus time, so there's another $6,000. And now the major league leader in home runs. Once upon a time, this would have been Dodger versus Angel. It's Mark Trumbo now, of course, with the AL East leading Baltimore Orioles with 28 home runs. Todd Frazier is going to join us, the defending champ, while Trumbo steps in, knowing he's got to hit 15. This one is to the deep part of the park. Yep.
We talk a lot about Giancarlo Stanton and the amazing power that he possesses. Mark Trumbo's kind of in that class. He hits them to a distance that not a lot of guys can even think about hitting it. If he gets on a roll, he could be a fun guy to watch.
Well, you know what? Remember Michael Buffer? Yeah. Let's get ready to rumble. This is a home run derby name. Let's get ready to Trumbo. I think that's what we're looking at. And the guy that trumbled and rumbled the most last year would be Todd Frazier.
A couple home run calls. Let's get ready to Trumbo.
What's
Frazier,
going on,
welcome
guys?
back.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. This is awesome. This is just awesome.
So you, and look at Trumbo start to find the mark. What's the key in this thing with the new format? Because you won it. What do all the guys have to think
as much rest as possible in between rounds. I saw Seager didn't take his time out. I've never seen that before. So we'll see what happens. He's got to rest as much as possible.
Did any of these guys, being that you're the only one that's played in the new format, have they been asking you for advice, and how much have you given?
No, not really. Not really. Oh, my goodness.
Whoa! That one, it's going to the Western Metal Supply Company. Look out and put a dent.
Wow. It's unbelievable. I told everybody how crazy this is going to be. It's going to be one of the best ones ever, I think.
You talked a little bit before about some of your strategy in the cage. That was kind of a big thing for you. Not taking a lot of hacks, a little pepper.
Yeah, just seeing the ball. A little pepper, and don't take as many swings. Just kind of get the timing down with your BP thrower and relax as much as possible.
Hey, Todd, since you were a Little League World Champion, this is down the line, but it'll be foul. The long ball, as we know, Mark Trumbo can unload, right? So yes. The long ball, what does it mean to you you hit some? You obviously have 25, but just to watch the biggest sluggers in the game as you were growing up and now in the bigs against them.
Oh, man, it's awesome. Yeah, I remember.
Look at this.
It's just moonshots. It's unbelievable.
Wow!
Yeah, he still hasn't used his timeout neither.
Look out! That one's going to tattoo another dick. Where's the body shop?
That was a little Dave Winfield-esque, a low liner.
Oh, see those poppers. I do those all the time. So I remember Mark McGwire and Josh Hamlin and just crushing balls and being involved in it is pretty amazing.
This is a moonshot. Will it get out to North Park? It did.
I think Steamer started a trend there. And no timeout. Yeah. Who's going to be the first one?
He finally did.
Right.
He finally did. Smart. Got a little over a minute of time. He's got plenty of time to get in the groove. Like last year, remember last round I had, I got in the groove. I was down 7, got the timeout, and then hit 3 or 4 in a row, and then away we went.
When you go into the round, do you say I want to use the timeout here, or is it just how the round is unfolding?
How it unfolds. That's it. You can't do a certain time. If I'm in a groove, I'm not going to call it. But, once I start breathing heavy and I see, or in case my brother's throwing a little bad, I'll call a timeout. We figure it out as we go.
I loved watching you in BP because you were making the rounds. You were all over the place. You're watching these guys, too. Who do you feel like is the biggest competition when you saw them all hit?
Oh, man. Stanton was hitting some moonshot. Will Myers is coming out of nowhere. This is his stadium. I know the crowd's going to help him out like I had it last year.
Well, let's see if Trumbo can hit 7. Will that stay fair? It's back. Wow, it's on the top of the supply company.
Yeah, that one's going, too. See, you get a little breather, and then away you go. That's got to go. That's got it. Yes, it did.
See, Trumbo's got that.
Oh, look at this. Another rainbow. Back, and gone.
Guys, Trumbo's got that stupid pop. He can miss it and run it out of here.
And he's got 30 seconds, 2 more. He's sitting right in the driver's seat.
This one
that's going to hit the building.
This is smacked all the way to Encinitas. How about this performance, knowing that he called the timeout and had the pepper on, which he did. It's 15-14. It's 15-0.
Got Trumbo.
That's game over. He's moving on for sure. Plenty of time.
Does he have one more? Yes! Back, and okay, rookie, you were great, but I lead the majors in home runs, and I'm moving on.
Wow. What a show that was.
But look, this format with the timing puts these guys in a rhythm because they're not taking pitches, and this is the reaction you get. It's electric, and it's non-stop action as you saw last year.
Unbelievable. That's all I got to say.
8 in a row here that he hit. How about that?
You see the lower half committed, but the lag, the bat lag, which ultimately is a great indicator of power. And Mark Trumbo, just about as much power as anyone. What a roll he got on. Look out, Western Metal.
Unbelievable.
That ain't Western Metal. That's heavy metal. That's a hairband.
It's rare
That's
to see
Metallica at its finest right there, okay?
Well played, Boom.
Look at this. I need one more. Let's get ready to Trumbo.
There it is.
It's going to be the best one, I'm telling you. It's going to be unbelievable.
Machado knew it. He sees it every day in batting practice. He saw his boy go off in round 1.
Hey, Todd.
Last 16 here in San Diego. So now we get a showdown between Giancarlo Stanton of the Miami Marlins and a former champion Robinson Cano, who comes in as the 4 seed. For a college basketball tournament, Dallas and Tim, the 5 seed is always the dangerous seed. He's not a 12 seed he's facing a 4 seed.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting here. Giancarlo, a man among men, already getting the foot down early.
1 for 1, 2 for 2. Giancarlo Stanton not breathing. That Trumbo home run that went to the top of that Western Metal Supply Company. We never saw one up there during a regular season game, so that's the first that people have seen in competition. Trumbo went up there. We've seen Stanton maybe go up there now. He's already got one of the 440. He hit one 497 feet. And we're going to center field.
Stay fair!
Ravi, I used to think that Frank Howard, who played in the 60s for the Senators, was the strongest man ever to play the game until I saw Giancarlo Stanton in his prime, and it is breathtaking to watch.
No one's ever hit that scoreboard out there. Stanton may dent it real soon.
That's tell you what, if you're the electrical engineer here at Petco, you're worried about replacing some LED lights tonight, that's for sure.
Well, he's already got his 30-second bonus time by hitting 2-440. And if you don't have a glove, I'd be careful.
These are line drives into the second deck here.
If you don't have a glove, you're going to need Kevlar out there. You kidding me?
Oh, yeah, another laser shot. Oh, off the T-Mobile sign out there. There's always a challenge when you're the first guy of the two in the competition, because the second guy knows the number he's shooting for. And it worked beautifully for Trumbo to get to 16. Moonshot. Look out, scoreboard. Oh, just to the left of the scoreboard. Another bomb. Watch. Oh, huge homer.
Eduardo Perez promises that he'll hit the scoreboard. He said before he was going to hit it over the scoreboard. But I'm sure he'll hit the scoreboard before this is done.
He's at 2 minutes and calling timeout, Eduardo. Go ahead.
Guys, if you look at the approach so far, he has yet to barrel a ball. All right, that's how far he's been hitting it, and he has yet to barrel a ball. And I love the strategy here. If you look at the Marlin players, he told me before this whole ensemble that the teammates will be the ones that'll call timeout for him when they notice that he's getting a little long. I think now it's when we're going to see the best of Giancarlo.
I remember, 15 for Seager. He gets eliminated by Trumbo with 16. Giancarlo Stanton is just a second shy of the halfway point. He's got 159 left. He's already got 12. Guys, now you kind of wonder about strategy, like how high do you want to go? You want to reserve some of that strength, or you blow it out as much as you can?
Absolutely. This guy, he hasn't had more than 2 straight swings without a homer, so he's clearly picking his spots.
Look out, incoming. Oh, how quick did that get out? Oh, another one.
Guys, these balls have top spin. They're leaving the yard 400 feet plus with top
Watch out!
spin.
Big one here. Big one. Well, he said he hadn't barreled any up. He has barreled some up since the timeout.
Yes, he has. He's been hitting him on a line, and that's another part of his game plan. No pop-ups.
Just shy of that scoreboard out there. Oh,
there it is. There it is.
Just shy again. Oh, he hit that one hard. Hoses too. Saves. What a seat. Oh, that's gone.
We saw the same thing from Mark Trumbo after the timeout. 8 home runs in a row. They catch that second breath. It's all over.
Get up. Get off that board. Oh, just short. Forget 440. Forget 450.
That's 6 in a row.
Oh, belted it. And that's a pop-up that's going to get out, maybe. No. 21 homers in the first round. And this one's going to take some time off the clock. It is so high. We're ready to go.
See, now he's trying to get it back to the line drive approach. He's getting a little fatigued. You can see it on the backside. Trying to use a little bit more legs, using a little bit more muscle.
Robinson Cano is sitting here watching 21 go. Will it get to 22? 8 seconds to go for Giancarlo Stanton. Not an all-star, but here in the Derby to make an impression. And he might have right there with his 22nd home run. Wow!
Carl, this is the NBA's version of the slam dunk contest. But across the country, there are other kids on playgrounds that can do those slam dunks. I promise you, there is no one else in the world that can hit it farther than that guy just did.
Take a look at the swing from Giancarlo Stanton. Eduardo, that's barrel.
That's barrel, that's balance. See how he's using the backside really well, keeping his head down. This is one thing he's been doing the last week and a half going into the All-Star break. He's locked in now, folks.
Look at David Ortiz spout out wisely. He's got 30 seconds on the clock, and we'll see how many he can hit. Trumbo, after his timeout, hit 8. He went 8 for 8. We're 2 for 2 since the break.
And that one's for charity.
one. At the buzzer, he pops it up. What a first round for Giancarlo Stanton. How are you feeling right now? That guy, Robbie Cano, you've got to hit 25 home runs.
That was an amazing performance. The first two, Seager and Trumbo, were really good, but that guy brought it to a different level.
And it looked low stress, Eddie, low stress.
Different approach also. You see a lot of line drives, a lot of backspin compared to Trumbo's. He's locked in. This is what he came here for. He loves to hit in California.
Eddie, he's hitting line drives into the second deck here. They're rising when they hit that. Well, what is that?
Well, the first thing they should do is get protection for the people in left field. They need more than gloves. Helmets.
We were touching 450, 460, and he makes quite an entrance. And he's with Pedro Gomez. Pedro.
All right, Giancarlo, that was one for the ages. What was it like to be in the middle of that?
I was amped up. I was ready to go. The crowd's great for me, and got my teammates and the National League team rooting me on. So I'm good. I'm a little winded, but I'm good.
So when the Marlins players came out to talk to you, what did they say to you?
I think they were more worried about the photo, but no, they said take it easy because I was getting a little tired there. So they said smarter rather than overdoing it.
Giancarlo, thanks. Carl.
24 homers, tied for the second most ever in a round. We were having flashbacks to Josh Hamilton at Yankee Stadium. And Boomer, now it's Robinson Cano, I believe, your pick.
Well, wait a minute, that didn't count, did it? The Swami gets a bonus pick, doesn't he? Because, oh, look, there's the apartment complex. They wondered if it would go there. Hey, could it go here? So, Giancarlo, so if you're Robbie Cano, remember, dun, 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 your mission, should you choose to accept this, is to hit 25 home runs in 4 minutes. So, these will be different if they get out, right, guys? I mean, this is Jessica and Aaron. This will be line drives, and you can't have the first pitch. This is Dad pitching to son, which won it all in 2011.
25. I don't think Robbie moves fast enough to fire off 25 shots. He's too smooth.
You may be right. Here's a guy with 2,000 hits, very accomplished in his career, lifetime 300 hitter. Will that stay fair? Yep.
Yes.
Doink, off the pole. He's had a wonderful career. He's won this home run derby, but this is a tall order. But you know what? He's got two. You can't get to 25 until you get two.
What I like about Robbie, though, is he clears his hips so well. He is built to pull in this park. And a lot of hitters, and we talked about it with Corey, they have to kind of change their swing here. Not this guy. I mean, this is what he lives and dies on. It's all about his swing and how he's able to hit, especially as a pull hitter.
Now, this is his dad, Jose, pitching to son. What a story that was in 2011.
We talked about Tony Gwynn earlier. When I think of Robbie Cano, I think Rod Carew with a lot of pop. Sweet swinging. When he gets on a nice, easy roll, he'll just be flipping them out of here.
That's a long
Pop
way to,
have done it before.
Long way to flip that. He did. But, I mean, this is, you talk about having to move in the passing lane.
Right, I mean, he's a minute and a half in, already, and it just hasn't gotten that many swings off. And the crowd, it feels like, is coming off the Giancarlo high right now. So there's not a lot of energy backing him up right now.
Will this one stay up long enough?
Nope.
Not quite. Well, this one, missed it by that. So Robbie Cano needs some magic in a hurry. And he skies that one.
This is the downside of knowing the number. Usually it's an advantage. All right, I got 15, I can do that. 24, I mean, that changes your whole approach. I mean, you're the beast, the mountain.
You turned to me after that first round and said, man, it's such an advantage going last. Not unless you fire off 24.
There's a timeout. So all you got to do in a $154 is hit 2 440-foot home runs and 21 overall.
Hurry.
Back in San Diego, do not miss baseball's biggest stars of the 87th All-Star Game, presented by MasterCard. Coverage begins 7:30 Eastern tomorrow night on Fox. So, it stands to be, unless Robbie Cano can pull about 8 rabbits out of the hat and some more home runs.
Well, I think Robbie went to the plate knowing, how do you follow that up?
I got to drive a par 5.
Yeah. And
right? That's what I have to do.
And again, Robbie doesn't move at that speed.
No. And he's got to do it with a lot of line drives. He's not going to be able to hit the far high ones.
Well, I think right now he's just thinking, well, may as well get some good BP in right now. Work on my stroke a little bit.
Maybe go 2 for 2 tomorrow night.
That's right. Pick up that hardware tomorrow night.
Well, this one looks like it has a shot, and it's back there. That's a big shot by Cano, but it's 24-4. So in Canadian football, he got a single. It was a football score for a moment.
Yeah.
24-3.
End zone's a little bigger here, too.
Yeah. Giancarlo went. He was out of the end zone a couple times, wasn't he?
Oh my! That was one of those really good shows we'll talk about for a while.
When fans are avoiding catching the ball, you know it's hit hard. I mean, literally, they were ducking, trying to get away. No part of it.
Just foul for Cano.
How about the season Robbie's having, though? 21 at the break. Mariners in the mix, in the playoff mix, which they haven't been for a number of years. He's brought a lot to that team. I think, obviously, his great play, but he's become a real leader up in Seattle.
Well, they had a big start. Of course, Texas, as you know, has really caught fire. He's hitting .313, 18th best average in the bigs. His 12th season already. I still remember him as a kid with Jeter at short.
Yeah.
You know? Here you go. All right, 20 seconds. This is to leave a calling card. But you're right, Jessica. You had it. You go up knowing you got to get 24 to tie.
Oh, my. That's leaned on. That's leaned on.
And then 30 seconds in, and you only have one.
Right.
And it's.
That was a Bill Withers one. Is that what you were saying, Aaron? Lean on me. But, hey, Robbie Cano, the draw you drew was unfortunate, and 7 won't cut it against Giancarlo Stanton. So he gave it a shot. The two of them put on a great show 5 years ago, but tonight how about Stanton Trumbo coming up as a semi?
Those two guys are in a different class than any of the power hitters in today's game. That could be a lot of fun to watch.
So here it is. And Trumbo had a big number to overcome and had to get 16 after Corey Seager at 15. Giancarlo Stanton kind of was a no-mas performance, wasn't it?
There was a
in this bracket format, he hit first. Robinson Cano had no chance. Mark Trumbo hit 16 as he eliminated Seager with 15. Who knows how many Trumbo would have hit. Once you pass the guy you're competing against, you can shut it down. It's Will Myers and Adam Duvall as Dallas Braden and Tim Kirchin and Eduardo Perez join me. Myers gets pitched to by his brother, Bo, and he's 1 for 1. The San Diego Kid. That one is ripped, and that's gone. What a start for Will.
And don't sleep on Will Myers. He's had some hand and wrist issues, but this is a man who can absolutely throw the head.
There's a pace about Robinson Cano. You watch Will Myers play baseball, there's a pace about Will Myers, too. Very kind of laconic. He kind of just goes through that. He's like a right-handed Griffey, just very smooth. Brother drilled him. These two, by the way, practiced. They were in Los Angeles, practiced with that 4-minute clock. Will told me earlier today, the only thing I don't want to do is be the first guy in the competition. And he wasn't. But boy, when you're sitting on the sideline watching what he's watched, you got to put a number in your head.
A few years ago in Tampa Bay, there was a bet. He put the ball on the tee at home plate and using a fungo bat. The coaches on the team said you'll never hit one over the center field fence. And the second swing, he hit it about 40 feet over the center field fence off a tee, meaning he's providing all the power.
Right. Tries to go to center field. He's getting a lot of air underneath his balls, his home run ball, so time is ticking off the clock. But remember, the numbers we've seen, 24-16, they don't mean anything. You got to beat the guy you're going up against head-to-head. That's all that matters.
It's all that matters, but one thing that he is doing, he's getting a lot of air underneath the baseball here. Different than Giancarlo Stanton, he wanted to go for the line drive. Will Myers' swing is not designed for line drives. It's more designed to get that fly ball, but a lot of timing. You see that leg kick. Bo's going to have to put it right there in the platter, just like that.
He likes this one. Oh, huge shot up to that fourth deck here at the Western Middle. Hooked that one. This has really been a breakout year for Will Myers, though. With his home runs, with his power, with his slugging percentage, this has been kind of a coming out party.
Well, it's been a healthy first half for Will Myers, and that's the biggest key to his success. The kid can absolutely play. There's no doubt about that. Both sides of the ball. This is what you see when you get a healthy Will Myers.
You love the big uppercut swing for a homer, but this format, you got to be careful with the time ticking off. Adam Duvall is his opponent. The Louisville Slugger, as Boomer called him. That's a kid from Louisville who is a slugger, now that he found a place to play. All right, a timeout for Will Myers, and we'll take a break as he and Bo get together. He's got 7. Remember, the first round winner had 16, so he's doing okay with a $114 to go.
Where is Joel, our guy? I can't hear Ravi very well at all, and he's sitting right next to me. Am I doing something wrong?
WWE superstar John Cena hosts the 24th annual ESPYs presented by Capital One Wednesday, 8 Eastern, ABC for the Microsoft Theater in LA. The ESPYs will also be streaming live on Watch ESPN and the ESPN app. Back at the T-Mobile 2016 Home Run Derby, Eduardo Perez, Will Myers swing.
There's a lot of moving components after the leg kick. Look at the front stiff foot. Hits against it, using a lot of power. See how that right elbow's tucked in there to his rib cage. Head down, beautiful swing. Sort of looks like a golfer's swing.
There's a few golf courses here in the San Diego area. Give me a number, Dallas. What does Will need to get to?
Well, I think we need to see at least double digits out of Will if he's going to make a push at all. That's just going to show consistency, timing. But again, he's the one setting the tone.
He hammered that one. 30-second bonus to help Will out a lot. He is trying so hard to lift this ball.
Right. He's got to quicken the pace here, too, because he knows this might not be enough. He's taking a little too much time in between swings.
And that's what I've been doing, just trying to sneak it down the line if I can.
Just a lot of moving components. High leg kick again. He has to try to hit it to left center field. Everything that he tries to hit down the line, hooks foul. Right there, that's the angle.
He got everything into that one and sent it to the second deck. The hometown hero blasts one again. This one may get to the roof at the Western Metal Supply Company. Wow, what a shot that was. Another high home run that's going to come up short. So Frazier last year, the hometown kid, and Ryan Sandberry the other, to win the Derby in their home parks. He got the double digits. He got to 10. Will it be enough? Adam Duvall will come up next. Crowd here very appreciative of what he did.
They know what they've got here on their hands. Hometown boy, back legging him out. Everybody's on board with that. What a sweet swing from the right side, Eddie.
It is. It's nice and sweet, light on his feet. See a lot of power hitters trying to use that backside. He hits more off the front side. At least he got to the double digits, putting a little bit more pressure.
There's a lot of swinging up. Only 5 for his last 18. The timeout did not help the San Diego slugger, Will Myers. But we'll find out if Will have enough. It feels like everything's a letdown after the 24 that Stanton hit.
Well, after Stanton's 24, Cano looked at Eduardo Perez and said, do I have to hit? Like, what's the point?
That'll let you know what kind of mountain you're climbing, the man in front of you.
And just for pure size, what is the point after him?
Cano 7, Myers 10. That's 7 short of what Stanton did, Boomer.
Well, Robbie, we're going to be buzzing about that for a long time, and the beauty is Stanton and Trumbo, that will be quite a face-off. So now it's almost like it seemed like we had the heavyweights, and now these are the cruiserweights, but it doesn't matter how you advance. 10 for Will Myers, and this is Adam Duvall, first full year in the bigs. One time with the Giants, little bit of action, traded to the Reds in the middle of the year for Mike Leake, and what a story he's been this year, the 27-year-old with 23 home runs for the Cincinnati Reds. And joining us, man synonymous with home runs and synonymous with clutch, Big Papi, David Ortiz, all-star at 20 years old.
Thank you for having me. Man, this is unbelievable. I was just watching the human avatar hitting bomb out there. That was impressive. That was very impressive.
You feel good, like, okay, I don't need to enter this thing, right? Because they want
I don't know about it. I'm having so much fun just watching it from the outside. It's unbelievable.
How many of these guys come to you for advice? Obviously, you've played in these, you've won these. What do they ask you?
They always want to know about the timing, how much it take out of you, and what the mentality is when you are into this. It seems like it's easy, but it ain't. It take a lot away from you.
You talked about being on the outside and be able to kind of watch it. When you're standing over there and you're watching these guys just rake, what's going through your head?
I'm telling you, man, like, what I've been seeing right now, I mean, Trumbo, that was crazy. And then you had the human avatar hitting. I'm like...
I saw you bowing down.
No, that was like... I thought that the most impressive thing I was going to see in a home run derby was George Hamilton a couple of years ago in New York. But what I just saw, that ain't human.
I tell you what, even though we don't think that this is the same, look at what Adam Duvall has done. He has hung a 9 spot in a hurry on the hometown hero Will Myers, and doing it in a different way. The swing is compact. The swing is, well, of course, as soon as we start talking about it, he makes 2 outs.
Under the radar. Under the radar.
Under the radar, yeah.
Don't talk about me. I'll just go out and hit bombs.
Yeah.
Look at this moonshot.
That's the big thing he said.
We've already tied. 5 more swings, you guys are going to be talking about me pretty soon.
Papi, what do you think of the new format that started last year with the timing?
You definitely got to be in your 20s to do that.
Well, you're playing like you're in your 20s this year. You with Boston. There it could be. Adam Duvall. Back. You can do it, Papi. Do it.
Take it, Papi.
Take it, Papi.
I've been hearing it for a long time.
Hey, they called the fight with $1:24 to go. It's over.
Mike
my
Tyson-esque.
What would be your...
That was early.
Oh, my goodness.
My goodness.
Let's go, Cargo. Let's go.
Biggest thing Adam Duvall did coming over to the Reds is he wanted to shorten his swing, and it's so smooth. He gets down into a perfect
That is beautiful.
slot.
That position looks so powerful right there. That is unbelievable. Wow.
Well, he's a youngster that got his chance with Cincinnati. You know, there's Panic at second base for the Giants. Joe Panic. There's Duffy at third. The Giants were looking for pitcher. We know Adam Duvall's a good player. Will he have a spot? No, we'll send him to the Reds. Sometimes, as you know, waiting your shot, Twins, that sometimes the opportunity has to come first, doesn't it?
It'll come. Trust me, it'll come. But reality is you got to work extremely hard for that to show up. Always. You can never walk away from working hard, keep on trying to learn, because in this game, you never get to figure everything out. Trust me, I'm about to retire, and I still learning.
Are you sure?
I swear to God, yeah.
Just home games. Just home games.
Hey, Papi.
All right.
You're playing like you figured a good part of it out. Keep up the great work. Congratulations
right,
on a great run, which ain't over by a long shot.
You got it.
Nice to see you. You can do it one more time. Go for it.
Back.
Todd Frazier and those that like the 2 seed is that he wouldn't have to face one of those 2 behemoths until the finals. Will it be Frazier or this guy, Carlos Gonzalez, who will advance to the semifinal showdown with Adam Duvall? Todd Frazier is so into this thing, and David Ortiz is overshadowing the entire event. Wisely not participating. That clock changes everything. And now you got a Colorado Rocky. Always interesting when a Rocky has to hit home runs in a non-Coors field, but he's got one.
Well, I tell you what, I played with Cargo, and this is a guy, the first time he took VP, he's one of those individuals, you hear him talk about it a lot, just a different sound coming off the bat. Well, this is one of those guys, one of the sweetest swings from the left side in the game today.
But right now we have Trumbo, we have Stanton, and we have Duvall, all right-handed hitters.
Right, and this is a left-handed hitter, and I know, Dallas, that the air is a lot lighter in Colorado,
yes.
but his average home run this year is 423 feet. That's a bomb.
That's getting it.
He's got two now as he's just getting underway. Not sure anybody put more emphasis on the home run derby than Todd Frazier, who, like Stanton, is here and is not an all-star. Cargo is the Rocky who is trying to do what no Rocky has done before, which is win the Derby. The last Rocky to actually participate in one was Troy Tulowitzki. Tulo and Justin Morneau did it in 2014. But the old 14 of his 19 homers hit at Coors this year lends some credence to the thin air. If anybody can talk about thin air, I'm looking at him.
Well, I tell you what, obviously the park plays in his favor. But this is a guy, he's got power to all fields, as you see here. Dead central, the big part of the park. He ain't afraid. He can go bridge anywhere.
Eddie, our pitch hit instructor, he got a high leg kick for Cargo. It looks like he's kind of found a little groove here.
He does. He seems like he's working his hands a little bit better now than he was earlier. He's asking for timeout right now, but his hand setup has to be quicker, has to be in a hitting position. He's a little bit out of breath. Again, Myers and Gonzalez,
Right,
both
so
of them
2 minute, 1
struggle
second
with their
mark.
timing.
He's halfway through. He's got 5. Needs a couple of big ones to get those 30-second bonus added to the clock. Welcome back, Petco Park, San Diego. This, of course, is the Home Run Derby. You can get crowned in the award-winning MLB.com Derby 16 games presented by T-Mobile. Download free, compete against 8 million players in daily tournaments on the App Store and Google Play. All right, Eduardo Perez, as we watch Cargo hit, and he's got a guest with him. Go ahead, Eduardo.
I have a pretty good hitter as a guest. What did you just tell him right now to do in the timeout?
I said it so he can put the ball more.
Well, so far, what you've told them, 2 out of the 3 have already left the yard. Way to coach, buddy.
No, coach. He's really good.
All right, Eddie, that's Miguel Cabrera, of course, who's not in the Home Run Derby. You do wonder if the clock scares a few people, and I don't mean him, but the idea that Ortiz brought it up, that's a good point. It's more difficult when you got a clock going.
And that's why you think about a guy like Duvall. I mean, he was quick, fast, in a hurry, short to the point. I mean, that clock definitely looms large, especially when it starts to tick down under that 1 minute mark. You can really feel the pressure.
Dallas, as a pitcher, are you comfortable watching all these home runs go out of the park?
It was really no different than my playing days, Timmy. That whiplash was actually the last part of my windup. You throw it and deliver and look back behind you, but there's a lot of loud noise. I'm having flashbacks.
He's hitting a couple of huge shots. That one 440, so that can get you an extra 30 if you can go there again. Oh, 439 feet.
And he hit 6 homers this year, 440 or better, so he knows that distance.
Well, there's your 450, so he picks up the 30-second bonus And now the numbers are starting to climb pretty good. Nobody's hit more to center than Cargo has in this competition.
And Ocasio now is throwing and pitching location a little bit higher. It's helping Cargo out. Stiff front side again. Good for his swing.
Top spin shot that goes off the T-Mobile magenta sign out there in right field. Got to figure Frazier is so into this and has got such a technique. 15, 16, he's got the extra 30. But you got to get, I think, a couple more here.
Well, Frazier's invested. He's got a game plan. He's got strategy. Like I said earlier, this ain't just another round of BP for the Todd father. Nay, nay.
All right, so after the timeout, Gonzalez started a little slow. Miguel Cabrera got in his ear, said, pull the ball, pull the ball. And he got up to 12 with 30 still on the clock now.
Yeah, different philosophy. Pull, lift, and separate is what you have to do here. But you can tell that he's exhausted already. He's got 30 seconds left. And it really got him. Completely different than Corey Seager when he had to hit with the sun. That's beautiful. Tied to the ball, staying behind it.
That'll hook you. So Cargo got the hat on backwards a la Ken Griffey Jr. when he was busy winning home run derbies. Goldschmidt fouled the ball into a cup the other day during a regular season game, blew it up. Now Cargo's blown up one. All right, so 30 seconds. Got to figure 3 or 4 more he needs. This one is too high. Clock ticks down. Can't throw a pitch until it lands. Another moonshot. And not long enough. We got a shot of Frazier warming up in the batting cages underneath. Like a caged animal. And that'll do it for the Rockies. Carlos Gonzalez. He ends up with a dozen. And Todd Frazier is getting set to step into the batter's box. 12 homers, the longest goes 450 feet. He had the extra 30. And now that number that Todd Frazier is shooting for is staring him in the face. Turn that 21 around, he'd have 12. And last year was the year for Todd Frazier at the Derby.
Two-time champ, moving on to the finals. Under a minute to go. Peterson's at 14. Hit one to win. Bye-bye. There it
is. It was remarkable last year. He just chalked up his bat. He's ready to go, Boomer. He said during the press conference today when people said, what's the secret? He said line drives. Stay away from those pop-ups and make sure you have your breath about you the whole time.
Well, Carl, he was with us over here, and you know, he's a guy that could light up a room. They told us that when he was just coming up with the Reds, and Dusty Baker was his manager, and he lit up last year in Cincinnati. He was down. Prince Fielder had 13, and he beat the two-time champ. And then Josh Donaldson, MVP, he beat him in the semis, and then down 14 to Jock Peterson. He came and hit it at the end. It was unbelievable.
None of these guys are immune to this stage, but it seems like Todd Frazier loves this stage and this kind of big moment. He's ready to roll.
He's Little League World Series champ from Toms River, New Jersey. Participated in the National Pass Punt and Kick competition. So he's been on some sort of stage for, you know, his whole life, his athletic life.
Just watching him in BP. I mean, he was roaming, talking to guys. I mean, getting strategy. I mean, he's like a caged animal and had a strategy coming in. A big game plan.
Brother Charlie pitching to him.
His brother, probably one of the slowest BP throwers we have out here. He just kind of lobs it in there. That's how Todd likes it up, and he can roll that out.
I think it works.
Not quite fair. He's
I like
get
the pace.
Moving.
I like the pace of Charlie and Todd, though. There's something smooth there and understanding.
Well, he's the one guy with experience in this new format.
Well, guess what? That's gone. So again, Carlos Gonzalez had 12, missed late. They are patient. You guys are right. This is that was like an Ephus pitch.
Yeah.
Oh, that one is smoked
gone.
to center field. Back. Gone. Yeah, that's a line drive. Won't have enough underneath it.
After Todd won it last year, he said it was like finishing a triathlon. He said his biggest goal was just to ease into it, and that's what he's only got 4 right now.
Yeah, they've been under that one, so, representing the White Sox, obviously, this year. That one is smothered to left center field and gone. Number 5, that won't. So we got 2.5 to go. He reached out for that one. Did he have enough lunge? Oh! He lunged it over.
It's like a one-handed off your front foot.
That was the pulled down the way slider. Flip it out of here to dead center.
Still only halfway home. Timeout. Still only halfway, 12-7, just over the halfway mark with 2:13 to go. Timeout. Frazier. We'll be back. I can do that. I can do that. Even I can do that. Welcome back, everybody, to the 2016 T-Mobile Home Run Derby at Petco Park in San Diego. Home, of course, of the San Diego Padres starting in 2004. What do we got for plot? We have moonshot Giancarlo Stanton against the leader in home runs, Mark Trumbo, in one semifinal. Can the defending champ, Todd Frazier, muscle enough out to move on to the semis himself? This a rainmaker, but it doesn't rain in San Diego, so it didn't make it.
And we're past the June bloom days.
Yeah, we are. Uh-oh. You're down under 2 minutes now. He got under this. Don't think this will get out. So there's a little nail bite to this here with $1:45 to go.
Well, 2 things. He needs another 440 to get that extra 30 seconds.
There's no nail biting going on for Frazier. He's just adding to the drama a little bit, Boom.
He's just nail biting the facade of the Western. That building was built in 1909. They didn't hit home runs like this then. Home Run Baker won it with 7. That means the whole year. And here comes, there's a Frazier bomb. And he has the bonus now. So he still needs 2 to tie in regulation, if you will. Carlos Gonzalez looking on.
He can do it here.
He gets under it. Will this have enough mustard? Yep. Really? Takes the pitch. See, now he got under that one.
And you see him even step out there. He understands he has time. 2 home runs to go. He's got the bonus. Let me just make sure I've got my wits about me and put 2 more good swings on.
Yeah, the last minute last year, but does this have enough to right center field?
That's not where you want to hit it.
Let's not get too nonchalant here.
He's fine.
Tick, tick, tick. Okay, you're right. Back, and this one is Torrey Pines bound. 12-12 with bonus time coming. He may not need it. Back. Todd Frazier, he still wears the belt.
Does he love the drama, or does he love the drama?
But just the call, and just, I know I've got 2 to go with a minute to go. Let me take my time. I got in a little bit of a rut, but I'm fine. There's no panic.
Let me step out.
That's right. I know I'm going to flip 2 more out, and now I'm going to go rest and watch this heavyweight fight take place between Giancarlo and Trumbo. Can't wait for this one.
So Todd Frazier doing it almost for the fans, right? Like, I've got this. You felt that all along.
He makes it look so easy, too. And you look at his build, he ain't no Giancarlo Stanton, but he hit some today that went far, and you see what he does. Look at him get into that front side, and we saw him flick some at the ankles. That one right there at the letters. Todd Frazier showing it off.
25 home runs, tied for second in the bigs with Chris Bryant, behind Trumbo's 28 at the break. And Todd Frazier perfect display of when to call a timeout, right?
He's the experienced dude now. I got this. That's what that looked like.
And so, the moonshot artist, Giancarlo Stanton. You think he's serious?
That's 2, 3, and 5 seeds still alive. A current Red, a former Red, and Todd Frazier, Giancarlo Stanton, and the Oriole Mark Trumbo. As we take a look at the home run again with experienced 360-degree replay from Intel.
Well, watch from the top and look how good Giancarlo Stanton gets this foot down. Watch the angle from behind. You see how he stays behind the baseball, and then from this angle, you see him launch it. 500-foot shot, balance throughout. One more time, right elbow tucked into the ribs. Foreseeing the baseball, not even looking at contact, just looking out in front. Bat head continues through the strike zone. Line drive.
All right, Boom. Stanton had 24. That all but buried Cano before he got up. This should be really cool.
So basically what you're saying, Carl, is he already was Star Trek and beyond. Is that basically what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's what we have in this matchup now. Giancarlo Stanton, Mark Trumbo. Buckle up for safety. And semifinal number 1.
I like Stanton's shoe game tonight. Very Marlin-esque.
Kind of like your suit game?
Well, you know.
Well, he did the stretching, but so far, ground balls.
I'm looking early, too. 24 home runs ain't easy. Not only because it's so how hard he hits it, how far he hits it, but how that takes it out of your body, out of your legs.
Well, he just got it back. This is way back. And it was almost a scraper. All right, we're back. Oh, even that ball had hair on it.
It's just another level.
It was 4 feet short.
Look out! Another heavy metal shot. Stanton trying to put on this show. Oh, he's already earned the bonus. Back. Look out at Jakes at Del Mar. My goodness, did he get under this too much or so much power that it carries? We answered this one very easily. Goodbye.
I don't think we can do it justice just how easy he's swinging by his standards, too. He's flipping this ball. Oh, my. It's just a different sound, different level than anyone. Trumbo going to give him a run, no doubt about it. But coming off the bat, it's crazy.
You just stand next to him. Booney, you said, I mean, he's a beast.
Timeout.
He's a superhero.
And a timeout with, more than half to go. That's it. He didn't feel it, right?
Well, he got into a little bit of rut, and you've got to figure out when the best time. Bang, you get a little rut, regroup. But watch, Eduardo talked about him kind of just keeping his head still and not even following the ball. I'm keeping my head in one spot. I want to control how I swing because I know I've got more power than anyone. I just need to square it up, and I'll ride it on out of here already with the bonus.
Well, Eduardo says he's using a Barry Bonds bat. Well, that's worth more homers than anyone, right?
Yeah, and there it is, that old Sam bat, the brown handle, black up top. Yeah.
Ozuna and the Marlins did the same thing, and his season turned around. It's not a bad hitting coach the Marlins got going.
Yikes! Back, and way gone!
San Marcos, look out!
Oh my goodness. He gets under it, but I don't think it's going to matter because it's gone.
Good read, Boom.
All right, so he's got 8. The oohs and the ahs. You know what? The Plains at Miramar might have to worry about that one.
We got to see him hit the scoreboard at some point.
Yes. I feel like that's the anticipation the crowd is waiting for.
No one has ever done it. By the way, 101 homers all year at Petco in the first half. 108 in the first round here, just for fun. That's just a fun number.
Yeah, Petco, definitely a pitcher's ballpark, but since they've moved those fences
Look at this. Look out! we just, yikes! Back! Does this have a scraper shot? He is taking dead aim at that scoreboard.
He told Eddie before, he's like, I'm going to try.
Trumbo doing a little scouting.
What is there to scout with this?
Stupid.
Look out! This one has carry. Yeah, that was a lower trajectory. I thought that had a chance to hit the scoreboard.
Let me get one right to center here. Top of the batter's eye.
My goodness. Giancarlo Stanton.
And he's starting to breathe heavy, and he still hits it that far. I mean, this is him tired and how far he can hit it.
Almost everyone is over 440 from him. Oh, like I said. Yikes! Back. Goodbye.
Does he get your record of backs? I mean, he's going to get you back.
He's up now. How many? I mean, like, as in 7 and 1 home run?
Because you can say so many.
I'm going to bring Big Papi in for that. Oh! Look at that one. Goodbye.
At the buzzer.
And, of course, he's got bonus time. He earned that after about 2 swings.
Oh, my. You know what? They need to adjust the bonus time for Stan. They need to bump it up to about 475 just to make it interesting.
Yeah, right?
Too easy to get that extra 30.
Canadian exchange rate?
Yes.
Something like that? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. 440. 440. He scoffs at 440.
That's a pop-up. Like you said, I missed it. 450.
Right. So he had 24 to start. He's got 17 and counting with his extra 30 seconds here. So, different strategy here in 30 seconds. Or does he not care? Just
no. You want to fire off as many as you can here, but I think he's keeping the same focus. And I think what we're seeing is a guy that is really focused, that had a difficult first half, that's starting to turn it around. And he's here with a purpose. He wants to make a statement that, hey, I'm going to roll this second half. I am a superstar in this sport that just had a rough half.
And a lot of times you see guys hit home runs, you see max effort with their body. You watch Giancarlo Stanton, and it's like 80%. I mean, the way that he swings the bat, it doesn't look like he's even trying sometimes.
30 seconds. And it just looks for the magenta and horse-hide colored baseball. It's an interesting spinner when it goes that deep, isn't it?
A little adjustment, a little eyeball adjustment.
That's not going to make it. So 14 of his 17 in regulation went 440 or more, but none in the 30.
Yeah.
We'll see if it costs him now. You know Trumbo's going to get on a roll at some point.
Well, what did he get the last 8 or 9 up? And look, Giancarlo Stanton, he reached places that we didn't think really were possible. Of course, the format is different now, but a fact is a fact. Remember Abreu's show in 05 to win it.
Yeah, but the action pack that we get because of the timing format is awesome. And I'm just getting to watch Stanton now in 2 rounds. You just feel so excited that he said yes, and he flew out here for this event, knowing that it mattered to him.
Was it early last week at Citi Field against the Mets? He was saying, I'd like to do it. I'm in the groove. He hit a couple homers against the Mets. Long ball.
Yep. I mean, how many guys fly across the country? I'm not in the All-Star game. I want to be a part of this. I want to win it. And you can tell he's serious. I mean, think about a lot of guys that want to have fun. He's here to win this whole thing.
Well, Ravi, we had the flyover from the guys from Miramar. Are we continuing it with it right here?
Well, we'll see. Mark Trumbo's the #1 seed, 28 homers in the first half, and he goes yard here to start the semifinal against Stanton. He had 16, and the scoreboard is in trouble again. We We've seen some things we've never seen. By the way, Stanton hit about 4 balls out of the ballpark. Out of the ballpark.
But no one's hit the scoreboard until he just did.
And he's feet away from hitting it off his own face up there, Timmy.
Trumbo had 16, which is all he needed to eliminate Seager in the first round.
I think that's going to help him. A lot less swings than Giancarlo had to do in his first round.
Line shot to center. That's a time saver and his third. You talk about exit velocity. I mean, Stanton was like near 900 miles an hour.
Is that off the bat or on the way out of the ballpark?
Another big fly here. And Trumbo's got 4.
And this is why Mark is known as one of the favorites. Not a lot of motion in his swing. Easy going, just strong.
That'll stay in the yard. He's got 5. Oh, look out.
That's gone. Way out of the ballpark.
Rooftop. Fair ball, they'll count it.
They call that a fair ball. So he hit a ball on the roof and off the scoreboard in this round.
This is a moonshot.
Ball carrying. There it goes. Oh, it's gone.
So he is 11 shy. He's got 2:05 left. He's got his 30-second bonus. So he's got now 2:35. We'll get the 2:05, then a break, and then 30. All right, Pedro, go ahead.
Giancarlo, we all know that at night, Southern California, the ball starts to die a little because of the marine layer. It doesn't seem to be affecting you. Why?
I'm from SoCal, so I got that pass through the marine layer.
Why was it so important for you to be here for the Home Run Derby, even though you're not on the National League All-Star team?
Just West Coast, man. It's always great to play here when we make our West Coast trip. I got a lot of family here, a lot of friends here, so it's a great time for me.
All right, Giancarlo, thank you very much. Sure, guys.
All right, Trumbo's hitting some big flies, but he's got to get on a roll here. Still 9 shy with the 30-second bonus. That's a Trumbo liner.
Remember, Rabbi, after the first round, he took the timeout and went 8 for 8. Greg Popovich isn't that good after a timeout.
Trumbo, a liner that's not going to go. Got to get to about 14 before the extra 30. And he's going to be hard-pressed with $1:20 to go. Eddie, what do you see?
Well, I saw him just take a deep breath right now. The legs might be losing some of his legs, but not on that swing.
Needing 7 in a minute with the 30-second bonus.
The later you get in the rounds, you want your BP thrower to actually elevate the ball a little bit more and help you out. Your legs start feeling like a jelly. Feeling jelly.
Trying to get the crowd into it. The last Oriole player to win it all was Miguel Tejada in 2004. And time starting to run out in the regulation round with 30 to go. This one to right center field.
Gone. Oh! Anybody thirsty on that one?
25. He's going to get a couple more to get to that 32nd round. Oh, that's a moonshot. Not how far, but how many.
It's really important for him to get at least 2 more in these next 10 seconds.
Not there. 8 seconds. This will be the last one of the round. And he won't get it out. He's going to need 5 in 30 seconds. Can he do it?
He's got to hit 5 homers in 30 seconds. I don't think he can do it.
He's got some ground to make up. Guys are seeing about 5 to 7 pitches during this extra time period. He's got work to do.
He does have work to do, and you see all his misses. They're really high, so that takes time off the clock also. But look at this moonshot right here, hitting the scoreboard. Ouch. You said it, in one round, hits the scoreboard and then hits it out of the ballpark. Never been seen here before.
Every swing he takes is going to go out of the park, and that's the first one, and it doesn't. That one will. He could force a swing off, but he's going to get going. Uh-oh. It's not going to happen with 15 seconds, and that swinger right there told you it's not going to happen. So Giancarlo Stanton is going to get into the finals. And what a night for Mark Trumbo. Oh. Why not end it with a center field blast? What an effort from Mark Trumbo. But I think the SoCal kid and the people here want to get a chance to see Giancarlo Stanton play for a home run derby title, and they're going to get a chance to do it. As David Ortiz said, the human avatar, the 5 seed, always dangerous in the basketball tournament. He's in the finals. Who will he face? Already, he's taken a breather, and he will face either the defending champion, who was a Cincinnati Red, Todd Frazier, or the current Cincinnati Red, Adam Duvall. Eric Davis was a Red that won it. Dave Parker back in 1985 was a Red that won it, and of course Frazier last year. So we start again in our bracket format. Duvall and Frazier, the 2 guys that are semifinalists on this side. 4 minutes on the clock, and we're down to 3:50. Kind of a short, compact swing for Duvall, and that one is gone.
Well, that's going to play into his favor, Robbie. Everything is short to the ball, long through it. Not a lot of trajectory or traveling distance for the baseball, so he can get back on the horse and ride again.
Adam Duvall was a man without a position, basically. He was drafted by the Giants. And he got traded in that Mike Leake trade, and they finally found a position for him, and the position meant more consistent at-bats. Right. And with more consistent at-bats, you got home runs.
Right, he's got a homer. He's got a homer every 14 wanted bats in his career. That's the best rate of anybody in the Derby. Again, smaller sample than a lot of these guys.
That one got out.
Not to take away from his power, because he does have, but he's built for that ballpark in Cincinnati. Small ballpark, compact, fly ball hitter. See how quiet he is.
Well, the word for Frazier last year is Frazier built for this ballpark.
Well, I believe Frazier's built for any ballpark, but how interesting is it that Frazier, yes, last year representing Cincinnati, this year could eliminate the Cincinnati kid in Duvall.
Not going to be easy. Adam Duvall's got 5. We are still 2:30 on the clock as Todd Frazier's underneath the batting cages taking some rips. Boy, very wristy, isn't he, Eduardo? Boy, he flicks it with his wrist.
He does. It's all in the forearms. A lot of strength. Very basic, and this actually adds to his favor. You had said it. Very quiet. Doesn't have to use a lot of energy with his legs. 2 completely different swings than Frazier and Duvall.
This may be 1 to get to 440. He needs 2 to get the bonus time. Oh, fair. It's big fly. Oh, off the corner. Give it to him. 7 now. Starting to get underneath it a little bit, but with some fly on it. It goes. Not that one. 8 homers now, under 2, and look, he's not calling a timeout, guys.
He should. He should. He's seeing a lot of balls being elevated this moment. Good time. You see they're barely making it. That's how strong he is. He missed that one, and it's still going.
Yeah, guys, what I like about his approach right now is he's dead pull, dead left field, understands what he's trying to do. No need to even flirt with the middle of the ballpark.
Forget a timeout. That's gone. Oh, if it stayed, no. Hold it foul. He's got a little roll going, Eddie. Squaring them all up.
Yeah, it is. Timeout. Good call.
Genetillo. Where's Popovich? Duncan's retired. I need a timeout.
Love it. Jay Bruce taking care of Duvall.
All right, so as Duvall addresses a little timeout, what to do, he's got 11 now, good with 1:08 to go, and still needs 1 more of 440 to get 30 seconds extra. Hey, Scott's is the title sponsor of Scott's MLB Pitch Hit and Run, MLB's largest national youth skills competition. more than 625,000 participants. Some of tonight's outfield ball shaggers are the national finalists who competed for the championship in San Diego earlier today. Quite a story. Adam Duvall, who has not gone more than 2 swings without a home run tonight. So if you figure that, he's got 11 now. Dallas, you're our resident mathematician. You get a pitch every 4 or 5 seconds. How many is he going to end up with?
More than he has now, Rabbit.
Yes!
Good. Really good. I need to steal that one. I love it.
Has come back out, and he's going to watch the last minute 8 of Adam Duvall. All right, Pedro, what do you have?
Well, Tony Padilla, who's throwing to him, is a coach at Sacramento, so they haven't gotten together since July when Duvall was traded from the Giants organization to the Reds. But I talked to Tony before, asked him about the pressure, throwing in front of 40,000 plus fans. He said, hey, I have refereed NCAA games at the highest level. He actually reffed the national semifinal where Villanova beat Oklahoma last year in the Final Four.
Great story. So this stage isn't bothering him.
And that's something you definitely have to take into account is guys switching up who their pitchers are. You got a lot of BP throwers, maybe an uncle or a brother. Don't let that third deck get to you.
That one is pulled foul. He still needs the 2 at 440 to get an extra 30 seconds. That's a high, deep home run.
This is a lot of pressure on Frazier right now. 14 home runs. Make that 15.
Second deck, but it feels like you're right in that Frazier wheelhouse. He's going to watch the clock. He's going to time it out. He'll get to 12 with about a minute to go. He'll get to 15, and then he'll hit a 16. Couple more he needs, and he's not going to get the bonus 30. Last pitch. Let's see, is it enough? He's wishing it. Wishing it. Oh, wow. It's 15 gonna be enough to hold down the defending champ, Todd Frazier. Give it up for Adam Duvall in his first ever home run derby.
Watch how early he gets that foot up, then gets it down, enough time to react to a pitch up and in, and he has the ability of keeping the baseball fair. You don't see a lot of hook shots. Doesn't hit off his front foot, throws his hands beautifully. He's made for this.
He almost leaves you with the impression that if he wants to in BP, he can hit a homer anytime he wants. Maybe not to every field, but look, over the fence, I got that club in the bag.
There's that strength in Adam Duvall's swing. 11 in his opening round win over Will Myers. 15 in the semifinal. Will it be enough with Todd Frazier, the defending champion? He won it last year, Frazier. He finished second the year before. Before we get to Frazier, we'll send it to Pedro with Dexter Fowler of the Cubs.
Hey, thank you. Dexter, you are a big proponent of the Players Trust, which is the charitable arm of the Major League Baseball Players Association. Why is that so important to you?
It's important to us as players that we get to go in the communities and interact with the kids and tell them that it is possible to overcome what they're in and to be a Major League Baseball player as well.
Tell us how fans can get involved.
We actually have a golf tournament in MLB Players Trust golf tournament in Vegas. So where all the former current and Hall of Famers, we come in and we just have some fun on and off the field and actually play some golf and get a chance to just talk and plan more things to do for the inner city.
All right, Dexter. And Dexter tells me he expects to be back with the Cubs within about 7 to 10 days at the most. Carl, back to you.
Pedro and Dexter, thank you very much. Todd Frazier, he won it last year with the Reds. Only one guy, Prince Fielder, has won the Derby with more than one team. Prince did it with the Tigers and the Brewers. All right, Boomer, what do you think?
All right, Robbie, well, they were teammates for 2 months last year in August and September in Cincinnati. Todd Frazier, defending champ, now with the White Sox. Adam Duvall put up a good number. Peterson, what did he have last year? 14, and Frazier hit 15 to beat him. Prince Fielder, what did he have last year in the first round? 13. Todd hit 14 to beat him, hitting second. He knows the number. He started with a couple ground balls. Aaron, Jess, let's look at the swing. What do you think?
Well, there's no doubt he has as much confidence as anyone right now. He knows he can do this. He's been in this situation last year. The timing of it all, as we've talked about. But Duvall put up a number that he's going to have a good round, obviously, to beat him. Duvall's consistency has been impressive.
I just think,
oh my,
as you see this shot,
see ya,
blocked.
Heavy metal.
I think he's got a great feel. Like when I look at him, he understands his swing, he knows the adjustment, and he makes it very quick, and he just understands it. This can get going fast. When you get adrenaline going, excitement, that's what you see from the rookies, it's hard to adjust. He just seems like he understands. He knows what to do.
So 15 is the number, and Todd has 4, and that won't elevate enough. So we got 3 minutes in regulation. This one is powered to left center field, and it will be gone.
You know what? He's on a nice pace here to do what he's got to do. He hasn't caught fire yet. He's got to do that, obviously, at some point. But 5 right now, he's in that good position.
Ooh, the other way. Does it happen? No. That's the right way. That's the highway, and it is gone. Todd Frazier, his brother Charlie pitching to him. The prides of Toms River, New Jersey. Yeah. Back, and this is a gunner.
I love Frazier. He's like a rubber band up there. That lower half just explodes, but he holds his posture in the back, and then it just fires at the very end like a rubber band, and that's how he generates so much power.
That was a slingshot rubber band. Will this elevate enough?
Nope.
And yep. And
here's the roll.
Yep.
Here's the roll.
And back. That's another. Yep. Here's the roll you called. It's a jelly roll. Gone. Now a timeout. On a roll, yet the exhale with $1:30 to go.
Because he's got the feel. He popped up that last one. He's like, hold up. All right, I'm getting a little tired. Let me get my breath. I'm a pro. Remember this. I know what I'm doing. I won this last year. There's a whole lot of confidence going on with the Todd father.
And the only thing that took him out of that roll, and he wanted to get, because he was swinging so good, was the low and away. It wasn't a great pitch from his brother. Perfect time to call timeout, set himself up to be in position to go on to the finals again. But there you see, he's handled low pitches, but he handles the high pitches, and his lower half works so good, followed by that upper half to create that slingshot, that power.
You know, he hasn't got there yet.
Watch how he holds that posture. That lower half commits, and then it just comes through like a whip from the top half. That's what all the great power hitters do. It really shows up with Frazier.
So with $1:30 to go in regulation, that will be foul. No bonus time at the moment. So at the moment, he's got to think of just $1:20 to go, and he's missed the first 3. To try to advance to the finals, Adam Duvall at 15. All of a sudden, a lull with closing in on a minute. That one looks like it has enough distance. It's back, and gone. This one has enough distance. Back, and it's gone. So just like that, it's 15-14, and now it's tied. Underneath. Oh, so now he's going to milk the clock. Is that what this is?
He loves the stage. He's a showman.
Guess what?
He's a showman.
Oh.
The Rasputin of the Home Run Derby. You can't kill him. Here he is. They've tried to eliminate him by posting big numbers. You can't get rid of Todd Frazier.
Frazier and Stanton, 2 guys not in the All-Star game this year.
They came,
to win this event, putting on a show tonight.
Wow.
willing that one out. Get up, get up, get up, get up.
I love how he just gets that little kick back with the front foot and then just gets into those legs, like you said, Booney. A beautiful job of being able to know and feel his swing, understand it, progress with his brother, and get himself into the finals.
So, I mean, he had to get 13 to beat Carlos Gonzalez with 12. He did it. He had to get 16 to beat Adam Duvall with 15. He did it. What is the number? And he has more homers than Stanton, so he will hit last again. What will be the number that Stanton posts? Can Frazier, the defending champ?
A key part of this is Stanton's going to have to put up a number that feels almost insurmountable. 24 followed by 17. 41 ties him for the most in Derby history. Bobby Abreu back in 2005. Too big, too strong. Tonight's home run distances provided by StatCast, powered by Amazon Web Services. All right, Boomer, finish it up.
All right, Carl, here we go. The big bopper against the defending champ. Stanton will start. And he starts big. He is starting large. All right, Mooney and Jess, I can tell who's covered baseball all year. I have not. You have the two finalists. What's on this for you?
Well, I think it's about getting off for Giancarlo Stanton, obviously going first. If he can get into a groove early in the final round here, he's going to go off. And this is a great start to have 3 in the first 30 seconds. We might see Giancarlo have another 20-plus round like he did the first time.
I'm all about the last minute because that's what this is going to come down to. And Stanton, he's hitting monster bombs, but how strong is he? I mean, he's ridiculous, but how does he look at the end of this round where Frazier, I feel like, is just getting stronger?
One thing to remember in the finals, each batter has 2 timeouts. How do they use them? If they use them. That didn't elevate.
And you do realize this is bragging rights the rest of Sunday Night Baseball. He's got Stanton was his pick, Frazier was mine. I mean, Booney, you know you won't hear the end of it.
Hey, look, can I eat instead of Shulman? I mean, I'm in on it, right? This is back, and way gone! Stanton with the 5 spot.
He needs to use one of them.
For what?
Yeah, good point. All right, so the next time he does not hit one, I think call one of those timeouts. Where's his teammates? Where are the Marlins? I thought the Marlins were controlling the timeouts.
They were giving him Gatorade.
Jose Fernandez, what are you doing?
Well, they just got one.
There we go.
They got one.
Oh,
the Marlins weren't there,
Here he comes
but
with the
Don
Gatorade.
Shula was around and called one, okay?
Yes. Paging Mr. Shula.
All-Star jerseys, caps, collectibles, more. Get your 2016 All-Star Game gear at MLBshop.com. Where you can also get an extra timeout if you're in the final.
2 minutes and 25 seconds to go. 6 home runs. It feels like he hasn't got it rolling at all this round, yet he's still on that 15 pace. So if he does have that hot streak at some point, he could start to push 20 again. Something that Frazier hasn't sniffed yet.
But look at his body language right now compared to when he first started. I mean, he is in the midst of a heavy workout. I mean, that's what this is. And you have to recognize that as this round progresses. Like I said, it's going to come down at the very end.
Jess, he's a superhero.
It's
He'll
true.
be fine.
He's pretty built.
Yeah. Going to throw the cape on here at any point.
Well, that cape on. Well, no ooh there. That's just an look out.
Plinko. He's playing Plinko up there.
Yikes. This is a young man from Panorama, California. He is giving some panoramic views on these home runs. He's up to 8. He's up to 9. Back. God. Oh, look out.
I love that he's stuck with his approach from the first swing, the first round, though. Very steady, very controlled, knowing I don't have to swing very hard. I don't have to hit it my best to ride it way out.
This is on its way to Who Songs. Almost hit the bottom of the board.
Here's that run. Here it comes. Here it comes.
There it goes. Under that one a little. He's at 13. Get another timeout, and of course he's got bonus round. Goodbye! 17 of the 18 longest homers early on were all his.
Has anyone caught one of his balls?
He's gonna get to 20. He's putting a lot of pressure on the defending champ right now. Putting a lot of pressure.
Timeout.
Timeout. Great call.
Timeout. Well, now we're kind of 46 seconds ago. He's at 15. Todd has seen that. When he hung the 24 on Cano, it was a no mas.
Remember last time when his bonus round, he didn't hit any though.
Yep.
So he wants to get a couple right now, and then that bonus round truly becomes kind of icing on the cake and bonus ball.
So with 15, here are some of the distances. There's an echo in here. There's an echo in here.
I mean, no 5?
7 twice?
Let's go, Stanton. Let's get one over 500 for crying out loud.
Oh, well, guess what? He heard you, and almost a scoreboard scraper.
Oh, he snuck another one out before I got to turn my head around.
What a timeout use! It's over everything, is it? Oh my! Oh! Back, and out! Hey, we're exhausted. Forget him. That's why they have screens.
Frey's going. What's he got? 19? 19? Does he have the bonus round? Yeah. We got to move the bonus round.
One more in regulation, that didn't make it. Okay, but a bonus, which was earned very early.
Barely.
Oh, look at him. Like a fighter. He's in the 12th round. Raise to your feet. Cheer me on through this last 30. I mean, just look at the focus. It's so controlled, really, since Jump Street. The first swing he took was very controlled. The head's been very still the entire time, not trying to swing too hard, knowing I don't have to put all my might in it to ride it way out of here. And what we've seen all night from Giancarlo, routinely 480, 490, these majestic shots to all counties in San Diego.
Hello, bonus time!
The magenta didn't throw him off this time, Boomer.
Nope. So a 30-second bonus time. How high can he climb? He's at 20. We have one last shot here. Here it is.
Nope.
So he got one. So this is kind of in the middle. Todd's never had to come back from 20 to nothing, but that's a pretty big number. And look at this crowd get to its feet here in San Diego.
Well, Frazier has that knack. He knows what he's got to do. You know he loves this stage, but 20 is a significant number that it's not just going to be that one roll he's going to have to get on. He's going to have to get on a couple to defend his championship.
We're not going to see that casualness with Todd Frazier. We're going to see him come out a little bit more of a vengeance than we've seen the rest of tonight.
Giancarlo Stanton, West Coast guy, East Coast Todd Frazier. It's coast to coast.
For the championship in San Diego earlier today. All right, it is teed up for the old defending champion Frazier. Before that, take a look at some of the Intel Experience replays of Frazier's home runs.
Well, again, you see him staying behind the baseball, putting that foot down, and then accelerating throughout. This is a man that knows how to play this game right now, and he is the champ. Let's see how he reacts to the pressure.
All right, Boomer, it's all yours.
All right, Carl. Well, Giancarlo Stanton, 20 in the finals, has 20 of the 21 longest home runs. Interesting, that number, because 21 is the number that Todd Frazier needs to become a back-to-back Home Run Derby champion. And guess what?
Right out the gate.
He's got friends in high places.
You know, what struck me as Todd Frazier was waiting to step in the box was the swagger that he had walking up. And you know he's got that internal belief like, oh, it's going to happen.
Well, there's a lot of home runs to hit. A lot to go. That one, the one before was not a home run, but this is. So there's two. And he's still, brother Charlie, kind of lobbing him in. Well, that's a pop-up. 20's a different number.
It's a different number, you're right. He needs at least 2 good runs.
That one should find the seats. Back. It does. That's a tough way to do that.
Not a great pace here. 3 homers in the first minute. That's a 12 pace, so he's got to really get it rolling. Plus, we've seen him not get to 440.
Yep.
Wise timeout.
Good
right there.
timeout.
All right, was that a home run? Hey.
So he knows he must get going, and a reminder that tomorrow night we get going with the All-Star game, the 87th All-Star game, presented by MasterCard. Last in San Diego in 92 at the Murph. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern tomorrow on Fox. So, does he have enough time?
There's always enough time if he gets on a roll, but he's got to be able to utilize, and that's what he does best. I mean, he waits until he gets to that point, last minute and a half. Now, granted, he's got 17, but he's still got another timeout.
And he needs that bonus, which he hasn't gotten even one at 440 yet. So he's in some trouble right here.
Yeah,
it's going to have to be an epic little run to defend his championship. And plus, Jose Fernandez, the great pitcher for the Marlins, before this round, pointed at him, threw a little hex at him.
I saw it.
You see that?
I saw it.
Yeah.
So far, it's working. Wow, that one, will it stay fair? It does. It's off the heavy metal side, if you will. And 2 in a row. Maybe this is run number 1, because here comes the third one. So very quickly up to 6. That won't make it. 2.5 to go. That's too low. That will make it. Back, and gone.
Is that a 440 plus?
I thought the same. To center field. Yes. Not enough. Yes, sir. Back. 9
at the halfway point. He's closed the gap a little bit. He's given himself at least a chance to defend the crown.
This should be halfway.
But he's got to unleash on a couple of these and get himself some distance. Right now, he's just going for right over the wall. But he needs those 30 seconds.
First things first. Let's get close. Still on 10, only we're halfway there. He's sitting on a prayer at the moment. Timeout, good call. All right, we pulled every, except for the bonus time, he's pulled every rabbit out of the hat to try to get it going.
He could go on another run here and get to 17-18, but at this rate, he's not going to get his bonus time, and that may be what sinks him ultimately. So you're rewarding the great power of Giancarlo Stanton. We've seen him handle some low balls. We've seen him take some funky swings and ride him out of here. But one thing he's done routinely in his 3 rounds is he's handled that pitch up. A great look at the power stroke of Todd Frazier.
This bro knows exactly where to put it. He gets that nice bottom hand right out front of his body. Consistently the same zone.
Gotta get going. The Rasputin of the Home Run Derby. Will he live on? That is gone.
Quick leg.
Not quite. Now we're getting with a minute to go. They all have to get out, don't they?
They all have to get out, and he absolutely has to get the bonus. He's in some trouble now.
That's a long way to center. Got it. That's, will it carry into left and over the wall? New. That will. Back, but with 30 seconds to go, this is going to be a, that was the lunger.
That was the lunger. That was the slider on the black down the way, fooled, almost a homer.
And for Frazier to get that 440, he needs to get some at the letters. He needs to get some more little chest high to help him out when your legs get tired. You need that ball up in the zone if you want to hit it to some serious distance.
That's gonna go. No. And guess what? The buzzer is sounded in a year that we lost the champ, Muhammad Ali. I have to say it. Down goes Frazier. And the new champ of the 2016 T-Mobile Home Run Derby, Giancarlo Stanton. What a show by both of these guys, and what a show tonight. Congratulations to, what did Poppy call him? Avatar.
Yeah.
But not only did Stanton hit the numbers to beat, but the distance. I mean, the fact that he could do both, show how tired he was, his ability to be strong throughout the entire Derby and use this crowd to fuel him to win it all.
I think all the players would acknowledge that Giancarlo Stanton has more power than anyone in the sport right now. And he came with a focus, with a purpose, and he put on a show tonight to wrestle that belt away from Mr. Frazier.
Well, the two guys that you point out that came to do this,
yep,
they have tomorrow off.
Yeah, they do.
Right?
Yeah.
And so where are we going for dinner?
It's on me, guys. It's on me.
About time.
Shulman out.
Lobster, bring it on.
Shulman out. So listen, here's a number that's just fun, no matter how you look at it. And congratulations to Giancarlo Stanton, as are his homers tonight, courtesy Marty Aronoff, of course. 27,127 feet, 5.14 miles of home runs for our winner, Giancarlo Stanton.
I'd take you halfway up to Orange County on the 5 freeway right there, huh?
And I think that's what impressed me so much is the fact that he was consistently hitting the ball so far from beginning to end. I thought for sure we'd start at least see 450, 460. 497 all night.
There was no run out of gas with him. I mean, the night got cooler, which is good for a long distance runner. I mean, 5 miles is long enough distance.
Yeah, I think he's a little frustrated by the first half he had, but we really saw him start to catch fire heading into the half. And I really believe this mattered to him, reestablishing his star and showing the world that, hey, I'm poised for a big second half on a Marlin team that is right in that playoff mix.
Well, look, he's just 26.
Yep.
Okay? He has 201 lifetime homers.
20 this year.
Okay, so I mean, there's plenty of time for the reestablish, if you will. You're right, he did it tonight. Good pick. What a show.
Yeah, this new format is a great way of doing it. Can't wait till next year.
Well, we have the winner, and we have Pedro Gomez with him. Little height differential.
Just a little bit of height differential there, Chris. Thanks. Hey, Mike Sievert, we talked just a few moments ago, and you said you were ready to double the amount. Well, that number came out to $582,000 for the Boys and Girls Clubs this year.
You know, Giancarlo, all I can say is, wow. We saw a performance tonight. Congratulations, and on behalf of T-Mobile and the T-Mobile Foundation and the more than 100,000 workers at T-Mobile, we're so proud to give this gift to the Boys and Girls Clubs of America and youth baseball programs. Congratulations.
Mike Sievert, the Chief Operating Officer of T-Mobile. Mike, thank you so much. And now, Joe, you and I do this every single year. You've got that same trophy. A little bit of a different guy that you're giving it to this year. Joe Torre, Chief Baseball Officer for Major League Baseball. You've got something to give.
Giancarlo, it's going. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll find a nice place for that in your house.
I'll find a perfect place for this.
Giancarlo, 61 home runs, the most ever in a single home run derby. How?
Just keep going, keep the endurance. The fans helped me out, the both teams helped me out, so it was a great time. I had a blast.
Some fans may not know that you're not in the National League team this year. You're not going to be here for the All-Star game. You came here just to participate in the Home Run Derby. Why?
You see this bad boy? That's why I came here, and I'm taking it with me.
You had family. You're from just the Los Angeles area, so they were able to come down. What did they tell you going in?
Well, just to have them here and an easy drive. They didn't have a fly-in or anything, and it was last minute as well. So just have fun, smile, enjoy the moment, and enjoy the West Coast. That's where I'm from.
All right, now let's talk a little bit Marlins. You guys are playing some pretty good ball right now. What can we expect?
We got to keep the ball rolling. We're playing pretty good. We need to make that next push. We will.
All right, maybe this will help you. Who knows?
Yeah, let's go.
Giancarlo, thank you so much. Chris, back to you.
All right, Pedro. Well, a great job by everybody, and T-Mobile included. Here's the donation that you all just talked about. Look at this. Well, first of all, the swing. $582,000, 5.14 miles of home runs by Giancarlo, and the fact that he had 61, a magical number in any home run derby, 61.